Martinez. I'm 16 years old. I've been attending Hope Academy for almost 3 years now. Yep, I'm a part of Youth Parliament and also Youth Assembly, and then within our school I also do Youth Council.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thanks for raising the bar that high. My name is Jace Banks. I'm 17. I've been attending Hope Academy for about 3 years now, and I attend the school, and that's about it. So thanks again.
That's not true. He's also involved in a lot of aspects of the school. He's just being very humble, you know. My name is Will Doran. I'm the Dean of Students in the school. I'm part of the leadership team and do a variety of different things, lots of things. And one of them is Youth Council, which is really where what we're going to talk about today started off.
So can you tell us about the plan to build green schools?
Sure, definitely, yeah. Hope Academy is in a situation where 5 years ago it started with only a few pupils, students. It's been, in a sense, a victim of its own success. It's been so successful. There's now over 130 people there. We've expanded and expanded and expanded as far as we can in the Hope. What's it called where we live? Grand Harbour. I'm sorry. Sometimes the brain just stops, you know. So we've expanded right the way through Grand Harbour into all of the stops. There's no space for us anymore. It's like, you know, obviously you're most welcome to come, but it's like a rabbit warren. It's fantastic. A lot of good teaching going on, but it's in a very small space. So really, we need a new school, and that's something that has been happening over the last couple of years. We've just gotten bigger and bigger. The idea of a green school came out of our student council. We were talking about the future of Cayman. We were talking about the future of Hope Academy and the Hope Academy model of education. The idea was presented by student council members of last year that we should build a school for the future. We should build a sustainable school, one that will still be there when our pupils' children and even their grandchildren, you know, go to school. So the idea of building an amazing custom-made school that was green, that was kind of off the grid, you know, used natural resources such as solar power, because we got lots of sunshine, right? Yeah. So, you know, and used sustainable materials to actually build the school. That was the sort of kind of genesis of the idea, you know, and we then took that idea and we developed it, and we've created a consultation group. Lisa Helston, who's I think I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she's the only lead qualified at level 2 Caymanian. She's a phenomenal woman. She's been with us and helped us along the way. We've got James Whittaker, another Caymanian man, heads up Green Tech, and he's been side by side with us, helping us develop, helping us, you know, try to get things right. We entered a period of consultation where we have been asking people, we've been seeking advice, we've asked parents, friends and family, as it were, of Hope Academy to come in and to tell us what they think about the idea of developing a green school. We've done some research and we found that this would be the only green school in the entire Caribbean region, which would be a great first for Cayman, which would be, you know, give a great deal of prestige to Cayman, because she would be not only the first, but obviously the best, you know, in the whole Caribbean region. We looked at exemplars of green schools around the world. There's one in Bali, which is phenomenal, and a great deal of people are wanting to go there. It provides a student-centred educational model, which fits perfectly with what we do at Hope Academy, because it's always been about student-centred education, finding out where our kids are, and our students rather are, and then enabling them to succeed. You know, that's what Hope's always been about. So the two models, the Hope education model, the green school model, seem to fit together perfectly. So from there we've gotten to, well, I guess where we are today, you know, where offers are on the table and people are saying we want to do this, we want to be involved. There's lots of local interest, lots of international interest actually. There's a couple of people from in and around the Caribbean region who are interested in coming over and getting involved. But we're trying to keep it sort of as a project on Cayman, by Cayman, for Cayman. So that's really what we want to do. In a very small, or rather long-winded nutshell, apologies.
It's true. Well, can you tell us a little about sustainable development, and how can young people get involved?
Okay, well, sustainable development. I would respond by saying we can't sustain the standards that we are at the moment, simply because there's a limit to how much oil there is on the planet, you know, and once it runs out, we're in trouble. So there are sustainable sources of energy. Solar energy is phenomenal. We have lots of sunshine. You can use wind turbines, you can use hydroelectric generators. There are lots of alternative sources of energy, and therefore there are lots of sustainable sources of energy. Now, I mean, this is where I'm really missing Lisa, because if you ask her this question, she would just go for it and she'd stay on it for like an hour, and every single word would be really interesting, because the woman's a genius when it comes to sustainable energy. My basic understanding of it is that we can't continue the way we're going. I'm not just talking about Cayman, I'm talking about globally, because, you know, I was terrible at mathematics at school, but when you've only got like, let's say 10 billion barrels of oil, I'm making it up, and we're using up 1 billion barrel of oil every year, then we only have 10 years. The point I'm trying to make is that it's a finite amount of time, and once we get to the end, what do we do? So the question that we've posed is, why not build a school that is ahead of the game? Why not build a school that is sort of ambassadorial in its nature? Why not build it here, where we can bring prestige to the place, where we can celebrate, as we do at Hope Academy, the abilities of our students, you know, the diversity, the fact that some people learn in a standard way, some people learn in a different way, and just make it successful. That's what we want to do. Do you want to pose it to them? I'm well aware that I'm just yapping on, so please, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, I think that it's good that we're trying to start building a green school at this point, because as you said, everything will eventually run out. So by using like what the earth gives us, like sunlight and all that stuff for solar power, I think it's good that we're starting from now, so that when the time does come and everything runs out, that we don't have to rush just to build a green school. I think the idea of starting it now is good.
Yeah, sure.
What I think is that it's really proactive what we're doing with the school, and I think that Hope can not only set the standard, but can continuously raise it as well, and really pioneer, I guess, green schools, not only in Cayman, but in the Caribbean, and if we're lucky enough, the world.
Impressive.
We heard that you want to launch an online poll today on the show. Tell us how.
Okay, well, just really quickly, we've set up a Facebook page as Green School Cayman. And on Green School Cayman, we're going to use the Facebook page as a little bit of a launch pad, as it were, for consultation. Now, it's being done on SurveyMonkey. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. There's an online system called SurveyMonkey, where you write your own questions, and then you sort of copy. Is it the URL? Is that the technical term?
Yeah, the
And
URL.
Yeah, the URL.
That's
And we're going to put that on our Facebook, so if you just type in Green School Cayman into Facebook, you should find us. We're not set up as a page that you can like, we're set up as a friend, because then there's like more activity going on, so you'll know more that's going on. So if you just go on, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, we should have our URL there, so you can go take the poll there.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time putting it together, and then it turns out I have the technical abilities of a dead iguana, you know. So yeah, I'm letting the side down a little bit. Sorry.
Okay, I gotta say this. A word of the week is facetious. I'm just gonna say that because I messed it up earlier. Facetious. Sorry. Do you think the concepts around sustainable development is being taken lightly?
I don't want to comment on how anybody else is doing it. The only thing I want to say is that I have two very beautiful children, and I live on an incredibly beautiful island, and I would like my children to be able to see the same beauty that I see, and I would like their children to be able to see the same beauty that I see. And it's desperately important to me as an individual person that if I'm lucky enough to spend my days here, then I want my kids to be able to appreciate it like I can. I was taken out by a parent the other day. I say the other day, it was a couple of months ago, conking, and then comes a lot, comic. And this man's a big man. I won't mention his name on the radio because he'll kill me. But he's a big man. But I tell you what, when he gets in that water, he's like a super ninja, you know.
A gentleman.
No. But you see, I would love that, you know, I've experienced it. I would love my children and my children's children to experience that kind of thing. And what fills me with a sense of fear is, and I'm not just talking about here, I'm talking about the entire world. That if we keep treating the amazing planet that we live on with the contempt that is apparent in some places and in some parts of the world, and unfortunately our children aren't going to get to enjoy it in the same way that we can. So that's really all I can say on the matter. I guess it's more you because I'm getting old now. So
yeah, so the whole entire idea is like we need to start with our generation. We need to start preserving it from now so that we have the same, like our kids and our kids' kids can have that. It's like we need to work on our generation so that hopefully it will influence future generations to come.
Yeah, clearly the first step would be, you know, just preserving what we have already and trying to save what beauty this island has. And I think that if we really try and unite as a country, that I think we can not only preserve what we have, but maybe even create some more beautiful things that our children can see and their children. And if it keeps going on a progressive path, maybe instead of deteriorating the country, we could actually improve and make it an even better place for our children. And with each generation, maybe they could do something as well and make it just that much more amazing.
So to put a little heat on you guys,
Mm.
what do you all do to improve the sustainable development of our country?
Well, definitely recycling is such a big one. At our school, we currently have little bins within our school, but we're trying to expand, and we have we're starting a little environmental club, so that hopefully we can get bigger containers, not to just for our school, but also like to put around the Grand Harbor area. And I know in Cayman Islands we do plastic, glass, and sometimes paper. We haven't got the complete structural stuff to recycle paper or cardboard or anything yet. But in our school, what we're trying to do is we recycle paper. Like there's a certain way that you can remake your own paper, and so we're starting to do that within our small classrooms.
Like Sienna said, we do recycle in our school, and I personally recycle as well because I know there's an organization called Junk that actually came to our school as well, and they recycle different types of materials like, you know, glass and plastic and stuff, and they do have different types of bins where you can just freely go and put your plastics in a certain area, and they'll collect it and they'll do what they do with it. And I really think that the next step for recycling is nice voice crack is to actually to make it easier for the common person to actually recycle, because I think a lot of people, when the people who don't recycle, they see it as either like a waste of time or maybe it's just too complicated, whatever. Like
Too inconvenient.
Inconvenient. So I think what we really need to do is make it more easy and accessible and really kind of in your face, because sometimes people just need that extra push to, you know, make a difference. So
that's true. I think from an educational point of view as well, we've got this consultancy group working. There's a lady, Natalie Barber, who's a phenomenal teacher. She's brilliant, and she's also in the process of creating a Caymanian, specifically Caymanian scheme of work, curriculum, a whole curriculum. So we're an American-based school based on the Florida standards, Hope Academy, and we have, you know, our curriculum, our mainstream curriculum that we have now, and obviously it's a curriculum that specialises in people who learn differently, or, you know, benefit from smaller groups. What we're doing, we're in the process of writing a specific Caymanian environmentally aware curriculum, so that every subject in school has an aspect of it that's got to do with the environment and how the environment can be improved. But here in Cayman, because there's an American one that was written in America and is applicable in America, there's a British environmentally friendly or ecologically friendly thing. But there's no point in taking, in my opinion, there's no point in taking the British one and just sticking it here, or the American one and sticking it there. One's a continent, one's a very big island. We need to design one for here. We need to have our marine biology celebrated. We need to have the biodiversity of what we've got around here, celebrate it, and focused upon, and how not only to be educated in it, but how we can preserve it, how we can make sure it's there, how we can make sure it flourishes. You know, Jake used the word enhance. How can we enhance that? How can we make that more abundant? You know what Fred did with the blue iguana, you know, with that whole saving the blue iguana, and there was only a couple left. And what one human being can do when they put their mind to it is phenomenal. So if we as a community came together and really addressed this, then, you know, why shouldn't we be the best in the world at something? Why shouldn't Cayman have the greatest green school on the planet? Why shouldn't we be a beacon, not only to other Caribbean nations, but to the world? Why shouldn't we be the best here? And that's really the question that underpins all of it. We want the best. We want to work together to be the best. Hope Academy is the best we can make it right now. We want to better it. Having a green school is the best way forward with regards to sustainability, teaching our people the skills that they need to sustain the environment in which we live. That's the top end of stuff. Why shouldn't we be the greatest? And that's really something that I keep banging on about, but I believe it. I'm sorry if I'm going on, but I'm passionate about
that's good.
it. This is an incredible place.
Yeah.
Let's not only keep it an incredible place, but make it a more incredible place, if we can. You know, and we're lucky. To whom much is given, much is expected, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
we're very lucky people, so let's try our best, I think. My two students are looking at me going, oh, shut up.
Do you guys like recycle at home and all that good stuff?
Yeah, at my house we recycle glass and cans mainly, paper not so much. But we're getting there, steps, just little steps. I'm trying to get all my family into it, which is a very, very demanding thing because we go through cans and glass like crazy.
What do you?
Yeah, in my house we definitely do recycle. We mostly recycle plastics, but every now and then we'll do cans and stuff. We like I said earlier, we use junk, not obviously actual junk, but the organization. So yeah, so we go down by Foster's in Savannah. They have a couple cans around the back that you can leave your plastics there. So that's what we use.
But do you guys have anything you want to add to?
It's just mainly like we need to start with our generation if we want to impact other generations. Like we need to start preserving from now. Like you might think one person might have this genius idea. All they need to do is believe in themselves and do what they can to make a change. Not with just in themselves, but also within like this whole entire community, Cayman and the island. Like if you believe in something, stick to it and make sure it gets done.
Yeah, like Sienna already said, pretty much it's every generation has the opportunity to change the world in some way, but I think we need to be the generation that actually steps up and do something about it, not only at home but on a global scale, because if we all unite in some way, there's nothing stopping us from what we can achieve.
Please get on Facebook and friends request Green School Cayman. It's
On
Green School
Facebook?
Cayman on Facebook, yeah. We'll have the
URL. Or
we'll have the URL for the online poll up there by the end of the week, because that's how long it'll take me to figure it out. Or I could ask these two and it'll be done in 10 seconds, like, you know. So maybe we can sort that tonight. Yeah, and please just keep a note. March 14th, I've got to do a plug for this. March 14th, on Saturday, March 14th, 2015, we're having Hopestock 2 or Hopestock 2.0 as it was
2.0.
called. Last year
Please
we had
come out and
13
support.
live bands.
Oh, definitely. I remember you from.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal success, like, and we've got a lot of people coming on as well. And you know, Badia's just done the Unlike Festival down in Cayman Bay.
Yeah.
He's asked to come on board and produce this, and help this happen. Obviously, he's just filmed this better the devil, you know. And there's so many people. We've got Ratskin, the original Caymanian Rockers, are reforming to play it again. We've got a load of musicians. I don't want to give too many away, but this is happening next year. But we're trying to raise loads of money for exactly what we're doing, to try to make this a reality, to make it happen. So yeah, hopefully we'll affect. Well, Hope Academy does affect Cayman in a positive way. Hopefully we'll affect it in a phenomenal way.
Right.
So come on board with this project and get linked up with us on Facebook, and it'll be ace.
You heard him. Do you guys have any shoutouts?
Shout out to Miss Barber, Miss B, always keeping it real.
Shout out to every teacher at Hope Academy for always changing the standard and keeping up.
Helping us. No
Yeah.
matter what we do, we always have their support in Hope Academy. Hope Academy basically gave us hope that we can achieve anything that we want to achieve in life.
Yeah, wicked.
Single teacher.
Dollars to you too. I've had a shout out to my wife. You asked before. I'm so glad you never asked me about recycling because my wife does everything, and I would have just sat there and said like I've no idea. I do as she tells me, you know. So my wife and my babies, Caitlin and Jacob. Hello everyone and all our friends.
Shout out to
out
Jacob for having the same name.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
of course, Miss Sam, our principal, she always does as much as she can to support us. She's not only our principal, we don't see her, like we see her as such a strict person, and she's always looking out for the best in us. She really is an amazing person, so shout out to her too.
Alright. Hopefully she's listening.
Should be.
It was a pleasure having you guys in the show.
Thank you.
With that, we're going to take our next music break with Stronger by Kanye West.
That's probably